Hey, what is going on, guys? It is me, WillHellmm here, back with another BayView episode. Now this episode I do go on to create a new kind of town on the other end of the island because I thought, alright, we're really filling out this area. I want to take a break from here and focus on the other end because I do have the highway stretching all the way down there and I felt like it should be used at the very least. But yeah. It right now I'm just trying to tidy up everything that I did in the last video down here. I want to see if there were any like large buildings that I really enjoyed. I don't know, and I'm liking that whole area a lot. Now this whole area here is where it's going to be, right there. I do call it New Point, and I am happy with that name. I think it's a very lovely name. And yeah, I want to have a sunken highway going all the way like through the city. So I decided I should start it there. And then since I did start it there, it just overall ended up looking really nice, and I'm happy with it. And I constantly messed up doing curves. I don't know what I'm doing wrong usually. It just kind of happens. But that's pretty much where it all began. I was just working on that whole connection. I'm like, I want to do something here. And I wasn't... I wanted to do something interesting with the train. And I didn't do it because I'm like, that looks kind of bad. So I end up doing nothing with it. I think I'm on like episode 9 and I still haven't touched the train lines. I should probably fix that. Anyways, I'm just going around and creating the roadwork for the beginning of the new town. So I wanted to have these kind of roads as like the main arteries for it, but also keeping with a nice cobble aesthetic for the rest of it. And I found some trees that I like. I'm like, I have the prop line tool. So I just went ahead and prop lined the hell out of that area. And I am very happy with it. I want to do like more stuff as well, just because it kind of looked somewhat bland, I guess you could say. So I believe I put, I don't know, I think stones everywhere. Oh, I do that. I totally forgot. Yeah, I've been expanding this area recently, and after expanding it a ton, I just forgot about what I used for everything. I mean, I kept the trees the same, and that whole area looks much nicer with all the trees. I didn't like how that turned out. I preferred the exposed, but I just kept in that kind of section right there. I thought, well, all right here, might as well make it look unique somehow. So I decided, hang on, let me outline it with the stones and see how that looks. Then I went ahead and put down a bunch of different colored plants in the area. I don't do it there yet. I do the trees, and yeah, they look pretty good. Adds a little bit to the area. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm like, oh, it looks cool. And then I kept doing it. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I took a step back. I'm like, oh, not that cool. So I kind of stopped just midway through. And I kept on expanding with different overpasses. And I'm really enjoying the way that I've done the highway connections here. I've even like expanded it and kept it with these kind of nice looking highways. And overall, I'm very, very pleased with how it does turn out. And yeah, I think that having the highways like that just it looks really nice. B, it makes it look like it helps with the flow of traffic just ever so slightly. And yeah, it's looking really nice. I'm very happy with how it's going. And once again, just putting down rocks everywhere because it adds a fairly nice border with everything. I wasn't sure how I was gonna connect everything else up, so just kind of happened. I just let everything kind of flow by its own. And I did do more of the ground cover there, and then once again, use the rocks. They don't look perfectly even, but they're close enough. They got my seal of approval, because I was too lazy to go back and make sure it was perfect. I started adding a few little plants, and I deleted them because they didn't look that nice. I want to do something really nice, but they don't look good when I try. So I'll have to try that again. But, well, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so far this is how it's looking. And yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Whoops. I got a new chair. I really like it. I'm just jumping all over the place because I don't know what else to talk about in this video per se. But, yeah, my old chair broke, and I got this new one, and the armrest twist. If you can hear it. Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with me? Yeah, so I wanted this area to be a little bit more suburban, which doesn't actually really become reality until much, much later. I don't really add much to it. I try to keep it kind of distant, and I want like the center. Okay, of course this area is going to be more dense. And I made it very dense, too dense in fact. But then I kind of fixed it with going with the normal little, what are they called? I did a bunch of them. Cul-de-sacs. I did a ton of them, and it made it look very nice. I wanted to do, hey, something a little classic, but did not look good. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna delete that. And I am saying hey a lot, and I am not sorry. Yeah, once again, I'm doing the same kind of like, oh, that's how I'm gonna do my buildings. So yeah, I put them there because I thought they just looked better over there. And I don't know, it ends up looking fairly nice. This whole kind of area. I'm fairly happy with it. I go ahead and put down a ton of these pathways. Yeah. Just everywhere, trying to make it look very nice. And what do I put in there? Okay, yeah, I just do that. Which, once again, also looks kind of nice. I just want that area to kind of be the center of the city. Like, where everyone's gonna come down and just chill out. Right next to the cemetery and crematorium. I'm probably gonna keep going back to this area and keep on fixing it up. Because I did a lot of stuff that, like, now I'm not, like, extremely happy with. But I don't know, it still looks nice. And I'm still happy with my style of adding a bunch of rocks, trees, ground cover until it looks decent. I think it adds just enough character for the area. Now, I'm like, okay, none of these buildings are looking good right there, so I put my own tall buildings, but I think they're too tall, and once again, I should go back and fix a lot of this. Which I probably will. I don't know when. It's probably gonna not be for the next, like, 5 episodes, because I've recorded, I think, the next 5 already. And I think I have, like, the ideas for a few other episodes I want to get done. Like, one of the episodes coming up is, like, a huge traffic fix for the area. And I don't know, it does look fairly nice, having all the traffic fixed up. Yeah, once again, I'm just making sure everything's flowing properly, which it wasn't at first, and I'm like, yeah. I need to go back and go through the entire city where I just have a ton. And when I say a ton, I mean a ton of open places just for, what's it called? Pathways and trees in the back. And I haven't, like, really fixed that. Yeah, this is where I'm going ahead and doing the district's campus park. I don't name this the new area in this video. I didn't know what to call it, so I called it New Point later on. You'll see me change that in a few episodes, but just know this whole area is New Point. This entire area. I may have to go ahead and split up a lot of it. Just so then, just so then it looks a little more normal. Like, or what am I saying? I have to split up part of the area into different districts in order to make it look semi-decent. Because I feel like it would be more, I don't want to say realistic, but I'm going to. Realistic to have it be multiple towns. Because I've got like these, or not even towns, just districts. Because like it gets like very dense and then it gets like totally spread out. And I may name it something different. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Just adding a bunch of stuff everywhere. I didn't know what to add, so I put that there. Didn't work. Put way too many. I don't know why I did. I wanted to put a good building there, but I couldn't find anything that worked. I end up going with like an older kind of building, making this area kind of look historical. Not really. I put a high-rise band on most of the city, because I am having a lot of high density, and a lot of the buildings I installed from the workshop are high density, but they're really tall. And I just want some that are kind of shorter for the area. Because I don't want this to be like the main downtown. I want the other side, or not even Tower Rock to be like the main. Maybe Tower Rock, but I would prefer to have that central kind of island that's separated by the rivers to be the main city area. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I tried to like keep everything sparse and in between. And I think the reason why the low density next to the high density wasn't working for me was the fact that I just flat out was not a fan of how it was looking, because it went from like super tall to super short, and like there was like no constant in the city. And in the future, I'm like, I'm an idiot. I didn't add any of the trees where I could have, like in the dead spaces, to add kind of like a consistency across the city. And I think adding that consistency really did help out with making the entire area look just overall better than it was. But yeah, this is what I did end up doing here. And I switched that to concrete because that area I wanted to match. And I put in I put in like I don't know what to call it. It's like a brick building. Maybe, and they're older and they match. And I'm like, okay. Oh, they look okay, but not the best. Like, yeah, I use that, and I think I use one like it. Yeah, I want something tall, not too tall though. And I'm happy with how it turns out. I mean, it looks pretty decent. I mean, doesn't really match the area. I think I should make that whole area look a little bit better. I do expand that area outward, so it's not just like a drop off. Obviously, I want this whole area to be filled out with homes and stuff. I was really looking for different areas to put new things, and I just kept on doing it, and I realized I didn't have a high-rise band, I think. Maybe I did, maybe I don't. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going through deleting the buildings that are really tall, that are replicating, because I don't think it makes sense to have them there. And yeah, it's just working on that. And I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. And I'm enjoying how it's all turning out. I want to do a custom park here, again, because I like doing them. Just having the little mod there helps out a lot. And I think it always looks kind of nice to have that. Moving things around, fixing that up. And, I don't know, it's just, I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. And just adding the trees and everything. I go back and add a little bit more trees, like the trees that will be, like, the trees that you saw along the highway, I add all over this entire area. That's the tree that I use as the constant for the whole area. And I think this is the last episode that is actually shot in good quality. But yeah, we're nearing the end here, and if you enjoyed the episode, leave a like, and I'll see you all in the next one.